So on February 24th, 2023, which is 10 days from now, the Russian aggressors of the world level from the band H.Target are going to release their fourth full-length album, mysteriously titled Yantra Creating. Like they say in Russia, where have you been for the last 8 years? Or has it already been 9? Well, since the release of their phenomenal album 0.00 Apocalypse in 2014, the band has enjoyed some international success touring Europe and Asia. But we could hardly see them playing any gigs at home. However, in the last couple of years, some intelligence has been appearing on the interwebs concerning the recording of the new material. This info has been illustrated by some photos of the original drummer Mikhail Panfilov and the constant guitar player Alexei Menshov. But there appeared some questions. For example, where is the original bass player Konstantin Korolev? And who is going to be choking the snake of the microphone on the new record? It turned out that Konstantin left the band a couple of years ago, so Alex had to pull the bass strings. And as for the vocalists, the place of the throat torturer, according to a certain tradition started on the last album, is going to be filled by a catalepsy singer, but this time not Miras, but the jumpy bearded beast in hockey jersey Igor Filimontsev. It seems to me that if it comes to live gigs with this lineup, and of course they are going to recruit a bass player, then the audience should prepare their gum shields to protect their teeth from the uncontrollable release of energy in the mosh pit. Just have a quick glance at the warm-up video Creating God's Arms. If the people on the dance floor start jumping like Igor Phil in this video, and with his charisma and energy it is highly likely, then the non-resistance to violence by force, which is kind of preached by the Leo Tolstoy doppelganger on the stool of the drummer, is not going to protect you from feet and other body appendages of the ecstatic dancers landing in your face. In fact, I have a feeling that in case of live gigs with this lineup, with Phil filling the attacking position at the microphone, there's going to be an earthquake or some kind of riot or revolution in the hood. Not that a riot or revolution is anything bad in the current situation, and not that the band has anything to do with the recent earthquake. On the other hand, their music has always been clever, and there is an abundance of riffs, melodies and rhythms in it, so that hardly you start headbanging in one tempo when they pick up another one. Even if you try to listen to the album attentively at home, which I highly recommend you should do, some songs might seem inconsistent. Like you might feel that you have listened to 4 songs already, but in fact it is still that Creating God's Arms playing. But in fact this has always been the trick of these guys. They have always created a Frankenstein or Tetsuo monster of elements that seem to hardly fit to one another. This was and still is the essence of the approach, and you can hardly find another slam death band like this. The brew is especially tasty on the new record, where traditional slams and arpeggios are cunningly combined with ethnic melodies and instruments, authentic chants and some delicious hard rock licks. After the warm-up round of the song Agori about some special yoga masters with extra angry slams, the real insanity begins in the song Ascesa, not to finish till the very end. The title of the song suggests some ascetic simplicity. However, this is not the case here. The band invites us to partake in a musical feast for over 6 minutes. There are two sorts of guitar leads here, cold and avant-garde sounding dizziness-inducing attacks, and some really hot hard rock lick, which made my pants steam like it happened many years ago in case of the micro hard rock lick in the legendary song Electric Tools for Electric Human. I say, wow man, this is superb. This is really some sick shit. But the trip is far from over, and we are going to hear some authentic Indian instruments and melodies. A lady is chanting mantras, Misha is playing some ethnic percussion, and Alex is twisting a special hose for a special howling sound and improvises some angry riffage. And then we plunge back into the ocean of slam with hard rock in the next ultra cool track Brahmastra, where the melodic guitar hooks mix with avant-garde shreds supported by ethnic drums. This all creates an atmosphere of dancing on the edge of a cliff, and the screeches of vultures are there too, in the form of hellish pinch harmonics. The next song is more traditionally brutal, creating God's arms, but it has a twist in the form of an unexpected melodic guitar solo in the vein of Islamic tunes from Nile, I mean the band of course. The large-scale piece Fire and Places for His Work combines brutal death, ethnic ritualistic parts with female vocals. This is a cunning trick to save the music from some editors who for some reason might not like the Indian ethnic stuff mixed into the metal meat. Here is a wink and a nod to Willowtip and their scissors. Here the mantras have grown into the metal flesh, showcasing the capabilities of the musical surgery perfected by the band. It finds its pinnacle in the closing track Meditation, for which a video was released a couple of days ago, where the previously unthinkable intercourse between brutal death metal with sad melodies in the vein of Paradise Lost is shamelessly broadcasted to the public, and the song finishes with a surreally beautiful synth melody. By the way, this synthetic buzzing perfectly goes over into the noise at the beginning of the album when you listen to it on repeat, which I highly recommend. The disc is relatively short, but the density of musical ideas is way over the limit, which turns the CD into a sort of musical singularity that draws the listener's attention with a brutal force of creative gravity. Great ideas need great implementation, and 7 H.Target are perfect in this department too. The stuff was recorded and produced by the local legend Arkady Navajo in Russia at his Cosmos studio. The guitars are fat and aggressive. The bass is thick and legible in the necessary moments. The drums bang and boom. The bass drops overwhelm without crossing the boundary to bad taste. The vocals are diverse and very expressive. By the way, the lyrics, sung by Phil, deserve some attention too. The concept of this album is centered around the question that has plagued many of us since childhood, and that is Indian yogis. Who are they? The lyrics tell us about the sages who burned the dead on the banks of the Ganges River in the city of Varanasi, which is considered to be the spiritual center of India. It is very honorable to live here, but even more honorable to die. I have come half dead here with the purpose to die. Eerie conveyor to process the dead into smoke and ashes. I have been saving up for sandalwood for my whole life. This is some truly sick shit. The moral is very simple. While there is still some vital energy left in you, try to focus it on the perception of sounds recorded on this CD. They are going to grow and enhance this energy. Your potency will grow. You only need to pay the right amount of attention. So think of eternity and dance ecstatically before the wind and the fire come to consume you.